They had this guy named Mickey Mantle. How many home runs did he hit off?
He hit 7 home runs off of it. Only 2 of them was anybody on base. That was my object, and try to work to keep, when he did hit a home run, it wasn't anybody on base. It's not that bad, but I wish it hadn't been that many.
Were you ever in the company or the area of one of the presidents because of being in baseball for so long?
Yes. In fact, one year I was starting pitching for Baltimore against the Washington Senators back then.
Right.
And Truman was there, and I've got some pictures. My dad was there. Truman throwing out the first ball.
Now this guy that was hitting in your lineup, the Splendid Splinter, you got a great season under your belt before you left for Baltimore, but you got to watch one of the greatest hitters who ever lived.
He was a unique person and probably the greatest hitter that ever was. But it's like I heard a doctor who helped look after him in spring training say that if he had taken up professional boxing, he'd probably been the heavyweight boxer of the world. That his coordination was so great, his hand-to-eye coordination was so great. One year in spring training, we both lived in the same hotel, and he was cornered and bothered by a sports writer so much that he'd eat in his room a lot of times. A lot of times he'd call me and ask me to come eat with him. And so the Red Sox were sending me to college. And I agreed if they would send me to college, I would sign with them when I finished college.
Uh-huh.
But as things happened, the war came along, and I got almost 1 full year of college, and went in the service. My brother was drafted. At that time, the war was pretty strong. And we was losing a lot of people that was out trying to protect, I felt like, this country. And so instead of waiting to be drafted, I volunteered at 18. And I was 18 in December and went into service in March. And by September I was overseas.
Where did they send you to?
Well, I went to Europe.
Yeah.
And then from there I was across the channel to France, on across to Germany. During the 3 years I was overseas, I believe it was 26 months also.
You got flown up to Baltimore with your family. Such an honor. And all the people that were there for your induction. But not too long ago you were inducted into the Baltimore Oriole Hall of Fame. Quite an honor to be brought up to Baltimore to be put in their Hall of Fame.
Well, it was quite an honor, and I guess it's one of the greatest honors I ever had. And one of the greatest things for me, Billy, was that I was able to take my children and some of my grandchildren to a Major League Baseball game with 50-some thousand people, in which they couldn't believe, and riding in a big limousine and the crowd partying.
Yeah.
They didn't want to come home.
I don't blame them.